Hi, I'm Aero from Ciro. Today I wanted to bring a quick video to you to address some of the stuff we've been seeing going on in the industry. It's been brought to our attention. There's a lot of copies and counterfeits out there now because we've had people calling in having weird issues with their products that we haven't really seen before. And at the shows, we'll have people come up and show us one of their products like this that it just won't stay put and they want to know what's going on with it. And it turns out they're copies and counterfeits. So just wanted to give you an overview of what to look for, how you know you're buying genuine, and why you'd want the genuine product over a copy. So if we jump into some of the original versus copy comparisons that I have for you, we've got a couple LED products that were sent to us, and you can tell the original and the genuine look fairly similar at a glance, but once you dive into it, there's quite a difference. The knockoff, you can see you've got really cheap, very small wires, and this being down on the front of your bike takes a lot of abuse, and this is not going to hold up, as well as the wires going into the circuit board aren't even sealed, so you're going to have a lot of water intrusion. It could possibly cause shorts that'll feed back to your bike, and with how picky Harley's BCM is, you're going to have engine lights coming up, and it won't be a good result. At the end of the wires, you've just got bare 3 wires, so this you'll have to splice into your bike's wiring, which is never a good option. You can see on ours, we use the OEM plug and play connectors. These are the same ones that actually come stock on your bike, as well as we seal our circuit boards so that you've got no water intrusion. And we make our part out of aluminum chrome plated instead of the plastic. On another LED product, you can see this is also a knockoff, and they have a lot of the same issues on this as the other. The plastic they use is not near as durable as what we use. We use a polycarbonate shatterproof LED because we know there's going to be road debris coming up and hitting your products. We want them to stay intact. Something like this would typically be prone to shattering. And you can see the way they seal the backer onto the lens, there's a lot of gaps where water could intrude in this part as well, and you'd have those same electrical issues. And then the connectors they use are also very cheap, kind of flimsy plastic, where that's going to fail pretty quickly, especially on something like this where you're taking your bag on and off frequently. And then to look at the genuine compared to that, you can see we got great sealing on the back so you don't have the water intrusion. We've got our 3M VHB, which is also important to use OEM 3M because you don't want this falling off and it's going to just be right on your muffler. You're going to have plastic melted on your muffler and it's going to be a whole mess. So we've got that laid perfectly over the back as compared to kind of haphazardly placed, and who knows if this is even real 3M VHB. And then you can see we also sealed very well in the wire. The wire quality is also much nicer and the connectors are improved as well. So just a couple examples of LED products for you guys. And another difference when looking at these two LED products is the actual LEDs that we use on the circuit board. We use what's called an automotive grade LED versus knockoffs would typically use a home product that you'd have under your cabinets or something like that. And the automotive grade LED is important because it's subject to so much vibration on your motorcycle, as well as voltage variances, since the Harleys put out anywhere from 11 to 15 volts. And so if you're going with a typical home style LED, it's not going to last and you're going to have that burn out pretty quickly. It's going to need to be replaced. But we do see failures from time to time, very rarely on our products, but they are backed by a lifetime LED warranty. And so you have that peace of mind there as well. And call one of our tech support guys, they'll get you taken care of right away if anything like that were to ever happen, versus if something were to happen on the knockoff, you've got nowhere to go and no support on the product. So one of the most prevalent copies we've seen out on the market right now is the Ciro drink holders. You can see some of them look a lot like ours, except for they don't have the Ciro logo. And another thing we're doing to differentiate as well is we're actually embossing your capacity inside the ring here. And so if you've got the Ciro logo and your lettering, you know it's a genuine Gen 2 product. And these look very similar, but once you get up close to them, you can see a lot of differences. The chrome plating is not near as nice, very rough edges on your basket. We don't know what type of rubber they're using, but I can tell you on ours, we do use a UV tested neoprene rubber that's not going to fade in the sun like something like this possibly would. You can see on this one as well, Your rubber is very rough. You've got kind of some rips going through it here. You've got sharp edges on the inside, so that's, if you're putting something else in here like sunglasses or even your hand, it's gonna scratch that up pretty bad. And probably the biggest difference is the mounting system, because you can see on the knockoff perch mounts, you've got a fully polished chrome ball, which gives you almost no friction when you put it on something like this. They're a little bit hard to start in the threads as well, but you can see once you got that on there, got it tightened down, still very easy to move this perch mount. So when you put your drink in here, the vibration of your bike and the weight of your drink, it's gonna sag instantly when you start riding. Versus what we've done on our Gen 2 mounts is sandblasted the ball, so you've got plenty of friction there. We've also increased the amount of surface area on the socket, as well as improved the nut. You can see how much we've got many more threads, and we've got a lot of surface area on that ball. So once you assemble that with the Gen 2 mount, you can see I've got one pre-assembled here, tighten that down, and then this is not gonna move on you when you've got your heavy tumblers in there. That's got a lot of force that it takes to move that at all. And so you're gonna have much better results riding down the road. The hardware that's included with the knockoff drink holders as well is not usually the correct hardware. You've got these odd sized spacers that aren't gonna get it far enough from your control housing, and the quality of the bolts isn't nearly as good either. I've walked by some bikes that I'll see at bike night and see some of these screws rusting, which looks pretty tacky on your expensive Harley. So now that you've seen the differences between counterfeit and genuine Ciro products, you're probably wondering where to get it. So you can either go direct to our website, or you can stop into your local dealer and check out what they've got on the shelves. If you see our product in genuine boxes like this, then it's real. But if you see Ciro product and things like this, it's most likely a counterfeit. So your local dealer is a great source, as well as trusted online resellers. We do have many trusted dealers online. So feel free to give us a call if you need us to verify any of them for you, or if you have any questions when your product arrives and you'd like us to verify that as well for you. So we're a Wisconsin-based US company, and for all of our stuff, if you see the shipping from overseas, it's probably fake. I know we've all seen those Temu ads where you can buy a Ferrari for $5,000, but if it's too good to be true, it's probably not real. So anyways, have a good riding. This is Aero from Ciro signing off.